that back and wow, you can see what's going on here. That's a good thing. And we got a full radiator full coolant, so that's another good thing. We got a full tank of product. So I know it is lightly sprinkling. That's good and bad. Good in it's awesome for our ground. We need it. Good as in I'm putting down the pre-emergent, the residual, and that's great because it needs this to help activate it, to help push it into the soil profile. Bad in that I am also putting down some glyphosate, which is supposed to help take care of the current weeds that are growing here, and that might not be as effective. But it's going to be windy starting tomorrow for the next 6 days straight, 20 to 30 mile an hour winds every day. So I'm just going to do this. We're just going to get it done. I got about 450 acres left of peas to do. It's good 2 tank loads of this thing. I should be able to knock it all out and get done, and then I'll probably call it a day for spraying, and then tomorrow morning I'll go out right before the wind starts picking up. Go spray out a load, get everything caught up and done, and then go to church. Sound good? All right, let's keep rolling. Well, it's starting to rain a lot more now. It's getting a little sloppy, so I got to shut down. I got about 100 acres done. That's 100 acres more than I had done before. So we're on this back to the farm in the mud. It wasn't supposed to rain this much. And then I also had 2 pins bust on the center section of my boom that keep it from swaying back and forth. So we just jammed a bar in it for now. Got it to wing up. We get back to the shop, and then we gotta get new pins and put them in. I'll show you guys what that's like when we get back. But it's really cold. I should have worn more clothes. My hands are frozen. It's like 40 some degrees out right now. Dad's right there. So we'll get on back and we'll pick this up when things pick up. All right, we made it back to the shop, got all the mud off. I'll show you what happened. These pins right here, that one's actually still got half the pin in it that's still stuck in this collar. And then this one right here, we just shoved this bar through to temporarily get us home so I can wing it up. That there keeps this whole system, this square tubing here is tied to this cylinder, which is tied to this arm, which is tied to that boom. Same goes for the other side. So this whole system here ties both booms together. So when you're spraying down the field, your booms don't do this. They stay together. And it has this big spring in there in the center, so that as your truck moves a little bit, it gives the booms a little bit of time to kind of work with a sprayer so you're not so rigid. It's good to have a little give because then you're not breaking stuff. So, well, those broke. So I got those because I don't have any bolts around here. These are grade 5, 8" by inch bolts, or inch by 8 inch. So our goal is we're going to try to get new bolts through. That'll get us through the season until we get the right pins figured out. So for now, yes, I'm dead in the water until we get these done. Oh, it's going. Okay, it's getting there. This needs to go in, is what happens. This needs pushed in.
I think we're going to have to loosen this thing.
I can't even get it in there, in that. This is too big. Whenever you're ready. You ready? Yep. Okay, well, a little bit of jacked up threads there, but we'll be able to run the nut up on that. Sorry everyone with the camera skills here. Oh, we got a cameraman. All right, we'll leave that right there.
That actually worked out pretty well.
Probably have to turn it. Let me grab one.
So now with this one here, okay, I can pull that out. Let's see if we can get this out. There we go. Okay, so we'll probably have to lift the booms up and try to wing it outward so it pulls it together a little bit, and it might pull it together.
Ready?
Yep.
You spinning it?
No.
There we go. That's probably enough. We don't need to just winch it too tight.
So this one here, Nick, it's got to go that way.
So
if we wing it out just a tiny bit, pry on the bottom with that bar like you were doing, and I'll see if I can put that pin from the top.
It moved a little bit. I think it's got the tension against those springs. How does that
Well, the springs don't do anything. That's for this whole tilt thing.
Yeah.
It's those rubber bushings. Well, I think we need to try to wing the wing out just a tiny bit, and then we can try to force it one way or the other.
I'll fire it up. You can just watch it while I move it.
Won't hit the ceiling, will it?
No.
Okay. It is really close. Shut it off. It's really, really close.
Yeah, just push on it.
We're trying to get that lined up inside. Trying to get it lined up inside there. I think you might, if you take this bar.
Which way? The other way? Which way? Yeah. There you go. So we did what we thought we did and messed the threads up, but that's okay because these are just temporary to get us by. They're a couple dollar bolts that are just gonna get us through the season. I'll get the right pins ordered. I stuck to my magnet. There we go. See how that one's wore? It actually has, it's got a groove in it where it wore into it, which all these pins should be replaced. I just need to get them all. So I'll get them all in order. Looks like there's 6 total, 7 if you include this one. I did replace some of these when we did this boom swap, but I don't remember which one, so I'll get like 8 of them ordered and we'll just put all new bolts in and call it good. But for now, I can still spray. That's what we want. All right, let's get this thing out of the building, let's get back in the field and get him on an air drill.
Putting some fuel in the tractor. It's a little getting low. But I want to show you guys something. What do you guys think about this? Does that look like coolant? Yeah, that's coolant. So while I'm filling up, I'd like to ask you guys a couple questions. And I want to break this down real quick so you guys can get where we're coming from. Couple options. Leaking coolant. Not from where we fixed, but it's the head gaskets. So in your situation, what would you guys do? Would you pull the heads off, replace the gaskets, put the heads back on, and run it? Would you pull the heads off, get them all machined to make sure all the valves are good, and deck them, make sure they're nice and square surface, and then put them back on? Would you pull the heads off and take the pistons and sleeves out, put new pistons and sleeves and bearings in the mains and rods, and then put new head gaskets and have the heads done and pretty much have a brand new motor, which is going to cost a lot of money? Or do you do the cheap way and just pull the heads off and fix the gaskets, and hopefully it doesn't look too bad on the cylinders and the pistons? Something to think about. So honestly, I want your opinion. I'd love to know, but we're going to investigate and see how much it's going to cost to do technically a rebuild, and then we'll know more of what we want to do. But looks like we have another project in our hands that's coming up this winter, maybe to pull those heads off and fix that. But anyways, I just thought I'd run it by you guys and see what you think. But other than that, it's been running great. Oh yeah, it's running great. Yeah, I just got the corner. Literally, as I got to the corner to turn, I look over and I see a blocked run. So for example, let's throttle it up, get some air into it. Let's push the calibration number, or not number, button, my goodness. Okay, and if you look closely, yeah. So, I usually grab these two, a wire and a little nut driver to take off the boot. Let's go see what's in there. Either something fell in the boot or it's up in the tower. Sorry about the wind, it's a little windy out today. But let's go find out what it is. It's so crucial that we have that blockage system, because you're seeding for hours, you never know what's going on. And something like that makes a huge difference. The other thing it could be is I broke a shank and it ripped off the sensor. And yeah, something like that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there we go. I think. Yep. The whole hose clamp came off. All right, I need a hose clamp. Something like that. Never would have known. Well, that was easy. It's a big one, but it'll work. Just like that, that's fixed. A blockage system really comes in handy. The intelligent egg, it's a very, very popular system because it works. Back in business. So something else I found the other day, one of my towers up here was showing a block and then it go away. Another block run and it go away. And it kept bouncing around to different runs. I'm like, there's something in the tower. Oh, and this little piece here. This here holds a conveyor belt together. Yep. Interesting stuff you find every once in a while. But anyways, back and rolling. Getting close to being done. I love it. As of right now, I'm on the last good ground of spring wheat to be planted. I've got the end pass right now. I'm doing the end, and then I've got to travel about 2 miles to get to the next field, and it's CRP. So what CRP is it's a government program back in the day that they would pay you to not farm the land so that animals and creatures and hopefully the land can kind of get a break, and so it's just grass. Well, we broke out some of that and last year, but this year what we're going to try to do is we're going to seed into it, just the grass, seed right into it and spray it afterwards. And see what it does. It might grow something, it might not. The first year it never really grows much at all. But we're not going to go through the process of ripping it all up with tractors and trying to level it and pack it. It's a lot of process to do that. So we're going to try this method and just see what happens. But that is about 280 acres left after this piece, and my dad is finishing up his piece right now. He's probably got 15 acres, 20 acres left, and then we'll both do that together. And then after the CRP, which hopefully if everything goes well today, we should finish it up, then we just have 250 acres of lentils and we will be done. Yeah, that's exciting. I don't know about you guys, but it's exciting. This spring seeding has been, it's actually been a very good seeding. We haven't had hardly any breakdowns, minor small things, which is understandable. You should have some things that are going to go bad, but I don't know if we're going to ever have a nice year like this. This is probably, in my years of farming, this is probably one of the easier years for me. So that's pretty awesome.
I got up this morning to go spray, drove all the way across the farm to the other side, turned on the sprayer, and the weeding system won't boot up properly. Something happened, I don't know, to the board. It was kind of giving me a little bit of trouble here and there, but it wasn't anything really bad at the time. It still worked, but basically the power supply failed on it. They're overnighting me one. I'll have it here tomorrow. So that's not the end of the world. It's just there's weather coming in this week. And I really got to finish spraying the ground for the lentils as well as CRP ground that we're going to be seeding into. And it's not a bad day to spray right now because the wind is doing okay. So I'm gonna go get the Apache. That's why we have a backup sprayer for times like this. So let's go to the building. Let's go grab the Apache out. Let's get that thing fired up. I'm gonna go put some product in it. And let's just go get some acres knocked out. I don't have a lot to do. Might as well just use that thing. So it's Apache time. Greased, fueled, and filled with product, and the engine oil is topped off. So this good old Apache's good to go. Need a new guide wheel right there. That's pretty thrashed. That one's got a hole in it. That's pretty thrashed. That boom is pretty thrashed, but it actually is still holding up okay. So we'll just keep going with it. There will be a day we'll probably have to put a new boom on this thing, or at least do some heavy repairs to it. We've been working on this Apache on and off over the last several years, and I think we've gotten a lot of the small things fixed on it, but it's good at least to have a backup sprayer, and right now this is a cheap backup sprayer in today's day and age. So what I'm gonna do today right now is gonna go and spray the CRP ground with a heavy dose of glyphosate to try to knock out the grasses that are growing there right now. We're just gonna spray it out and seed directly into it. Last year we ripped out half of it, just tore into it with a chisel plow, then we tore into it with a sweep, then we tore into it with then we went over with a land roller, and then we seeded into it. And it worked out pretty good. It killed most everything, and it was a pretty smooth seed bed. And the crop honestly had a great start to a good stand. It droughted out and didn't yield anything, but it had a good start. But this year we're gonna try it a little different. We've done this in the past. We're just gonna spray it out and then seed directly into it, and see the difference between the two. And it'll be interesting to see how it comes out. Well, that's not CRP. Change of plans again. The guys are already seeding the CRP ground. I'm gonna spray it after they're seeding. So I ran over to the lentil ground. So this is gonna be where the lentils are gonna go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit it with some pre-spray first. Then we'll seed it, roll it, and then spray some post-residual pre-emergent on it. And then hopefully we'll have a good setup for a nice lentil crop. So far, it took a little bit to get the Apache going, but we're rolling.
This is the last load of spring wheat, or at least I hope it is. We just gotta put about 450 bushels roughly, so just eyeball it. A little more is not a bad thing, so then we have enough seed to finish over there, and then we'll just have to take an auger and put it back in the bin when we're done. But that's okay. Okay, let's go fill my drill up with seed. I got quite a bit of fertilizer in it. And let's get some of that CRP seeded, planted, sowed. Yeah, one of those things. Let's get that done. That was close. Coffee. Stay. Oh yeah. Thing off. There we go. Let's turn that fan on. So to activate the fan on the cart, one of these levers you pull down, it activates the fan. It's on a flow control, so I can control the speed of it. See, now what I'm going to do is going to go for the front tank and the back tank, and then it should be good to go. I do need to push start on GPS to accept that. And let's move it. Are we supposed to be seeding in the rain?
just a little shower. That's what I need, is I'm getting my daily shower. Let's see what we're doing here. Yeah, that white stuff loves moisture. It gets to be a brick if it gets much on it, but it's just a light shower that's catching the edge of us. We're on the last of our spring wheat. We've got this CRP that the last CRP we're taking out, and we'll spray it. We were going to spray it before, but the weather's coming up to where this week we're not going to be able to seed. We'll spray afterwards before the wheat comes up. Give a really heavy dose, and it'll kill much of the grass. And there's not a lot of acres, but we'll get that covered. But yeah, I thought today was going to be our best day this week. So, but I need a little rinse, don't I? Of the season. He got to run the last one. That's awesome. He's getting to be an old guy. He's it's gonna be he's 12 is what he is, so he's not really old, but he's slowing down a little bit. But there he is. Yeah, he enjoys it. That's fun going on a rabbit trail. It's a heretic for doing it, but I think it's kind of funny. That's enough, isn't it? All right.